Okay, here is my audience
Hello.
of more than 8.
11.
All right. Okay, according to a national household survey done in 2009, an estimated 21.8 million Americans claim to have used drugs within the past month. 21.8 million Americans is a pretty large number. There are more than 9 million Americans right now in the United States in need of some sort of drug and alcohol treatment center. Many of these people will wind up either in jail, in prison, homeless, possibly dead. And this is why Teen Challenge has decided to reach out and take a fight against this war on drugs in the United States and all over the world. Teen Challenge began in 1958. David Wilkerson, he was a reverend from Pennsylvania. He basically was reading Life magazine, and he saw a story on 7 juveniles who were on trial for murder in New York. So he felt called by God to go to New York and reach out to these kids who were on trial for murder. He opened a house for youth, and that's what started the first Teen Challenge. Basically, it was to get kids in gangs off the streets in New York. He relocated. It was so successful that they began, popping up all over the world. Due to its success, there are now over 200 facilities in the United States and over 150 around the world. You can go to teenchallengeusa.com and locate those facilities. It's also now open to people of all ages. It's not just teens. So their mission is to provide people with a faith-based, Christ-centered solution to drug and alcohol addiction. They try to teach them how to become productive members of society, teach them how to cope emotionally, socially, maybe even physically. It lasts about 12 months, depending on how you're doing. They don't just kick you out the door after 12 months. If you're not ready to go, you can stay there longer, which is, makes it different from other treatment facilities. It's very structured. You're up early in the morning, 7 a.m., chapel, Bible study, worship. There's several different classes you'll attend, one-on-one counseling, mealtime, recreation. There's also work. And there is also a transitional program when you graduate. You can stay there for up to 6 months and work out in the community, establish yourself. That way you're not just thrown right out into the world. You can kind of slowly transition yourself out. They do have an 86% success rate, which is extremely high for drug and alcohol addiction. In order to get into Teen Challenge, you can locate one nearest you by, again, visiting the website, teenchallengeusa.org, or you can call Teen Challenge via phone, and you will have to fill out an application and either fax that, mail that, and email it. Teen Challenge is not funded by the state, so that makes it very accessible to many drug addicts who have burned all their bridges. They don't have somebody to pay for them to go to treatment. They don't have money themselves. They're run completely off donations. So once you get in, you'll either be going to choir events and giving testimonies to raise money, or there's bake sales, there's craft sales. There's several different ways that they find to raise money to keep the doors open. Teen Challenge obviously will not be able to completely diminish the drug and alcohol problem in the United States. However, it is there for those who want to get help, and it's very successful at doing that. During an interview that I had with Meredith Jeter, she's a 2009 graduate from Teen Challenge, I was left in awe at the difference it had made in her life. After a 20-year battle with drugs and alcohol, Meredith woke up out of a 9-day coma and made the decision to go to Teen Challenge. She claims that Teen Challenge taught her how to love herself again, which is something that's very hard for addicts to do. She's now a productive member of society. She works, she has a strong connection to her church. She's an inspiration to those around her, and she loves to help other addicts who are suffering now. If you or someone you know is like Meredith and suffer from addiction, Teen Challenge may be able to help you. Addiction is a serious problem, and many people cannot overcome it on their own without help. Teen Challenge is a place that's there to help you when you have no hope, to show them that God does have a plan for their lives. Just like it says in the Bible, "For I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord, plans to give you a future and a hope." And thank you very much.
That was really good.